Webmasterradio.fm proudly presents the longest-running program on affiliate marketing. Welcome to Affiliate Buzz. Our hosts, James and Arlene Martell, are here to inspire, inform, and motivate you with expert insight, interviews, and information that will increase your bottom line. Advance your affiliate marketing efforts every week on Affiliate Buzz. Now, please welcome James and Arlene.
Hi, it's James Martell here, and welcome to another edition of the Affiliate Buzz. It's great to have you with us. Arlene is away today, but I do have Robert-Kottke, Senior Accountant from Oregon Tax Services, on the line to talk about how internet businesses can minimize their taxable income by maximizing their expenses. Now, before Robert joins me, just a reminder that if you have questions or comments at any time, you can visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/gotbuzzed. Now, Robert, he's also an affiliate marketer, so he knows typically what we're up against. He has also been to Affiliate Summit at least twice, and as he says, he's been a tax accountant since Jimmy Carter was president, so it should be a great discussion. Robert, good afternoon and welcome to the Affiliate Buzz.
Good afternoon, James. Thanks for having me on the radio.
Now, you and I, we go back a fair bit now, and even more recently, you were up in the Greater Vancouver area, and we had a chance to get together, and I believe you bought us lunch, and we had a chance to chat, and of course, we've met down at Affiliate Summit, and we've talked through email back and forth. We've done some work for you, and I thought it would be great to get you on, because I know you really are passionate about helping people with their taxes. And I know this is a big, scary animal to some people, but if they can get things in order, this can actually be quite a pleasant experience. And I know you've got some strategies and things that you recommend to clients that can really help them get things in order. And before we get into my main list of questions, if I may, give us a little bit about your background and why you gravitated towards taxes and what you really enjoy about taking care of people's taxes.
Well, I'm an ex-engineer. I used to design and build pulp mills all over the world. And I was always, and then I built, I designed and worked for a concrete pump manufacturer down in Southern California. And I was always connected to heavy industrial area. And I wanted to get away from that and back out into the country. And so I picked up an accounting book and looked at it. Of course, being an engineering background, the math made sense. And I took a tax course. And to me, taxes make sense with like the math and engineering background that I have. Most people look at taxes and they go, I don't know what this is. The same thing they do with bookkeeping. It's really very simple. Most people try and make it harder than it actually is. And so I have just found it a fun area to work in. It's not like going to work every day. I go have fun every day. And really, and like I was trying to tell you before, everybody that comes in and sits down at my desk has their own problem. Now, this might be a retired widow that's trying to save what little income and retirement income she has, and so I work with her. Or it could be a guy coming in that does $1 million a year in stock sales. They each have their own set of problems, and they're each different. I'll see 500 people this year. Every single one of them has something different to work on. And so, to me, it's fun. I enjoy it. Always have, and just look forward to it. It's one of those subjects you and I talked about when we were having lunch together. I've always been interested, and I've tried to articulate this to the colleagues and students. And of course, I'm not a tax accountant or anything close to it, or a lawyer, but I do know some of the benefits that Arlene and I get by having a good accountant up here in Canada. And of course, you're based in the U.S., so we're going to talk from the U.S. perspective here. Okay. Let's kind of maybe dig into kind of the beginning here and talk about maybe just something simple as how do we report income? Okay. A lot of people think some of the income derived off the internet isn't taxable or isn't reportable. Now, there's a difference between reportable and taxable. I'll get into that. Everything that you receive is reportable. It may not end up being taxable, but it is reportable. if you're doing any internet marketing, if you're doing any online sales. It's like eBay. A lot of people don't think. I've had people tell me eBay isn't income. It's a hobby. I had one lady say she doesn't do eBay to make money. She just does it as a hobby. She goes out on Sunday afternoon and goes garage sailing and buys stuff and comes home, cleans it up, and sells it on eBay. It's a hobby. It's not income. And I ask, how much did you do last year on eBay? She says $106,000. And I go, lady, that's not a hobby, you know. So the key, and you'll hear, you know, no matter what you're doing in this, whether it's income or outgo, the key is record keeping. You have to keep the proper records in order to detail what the receipts are. It may not be income. It may be income. It may be taxable income. It may be non-taxable income. IRS and government here now has so many different definitions of income. There's earned income and passive income and all this other kind of stuff. And you've got to keep it all straight, and it's all reported differently. So if you just stop and think that every dollar that comes into your pocket, you're going to have to write down where it comes from in order to report it correctly. And IRS automatically assumes every dollar that you got coming into your pocket is taxable income. And that's not necessarily true. And that's what you need the record keeping for, and be able to understand the difference. And there's a difference between non-taxable income and tax-free income. It doesn't sound like it, but there is, and it's handled differently. And so that's the key, is just getting a good definition of what is income and what is reportable and how to do it.
Robert, I can see we are coming up against the break. When we get back, I want to talk to you about a few things. I want to talk to you about what is the expense that internet businesses are most likely to fail to report. Of course, we all want to get our write-offs, but I also have a question about attending conferences and exactly what we can write off when it comes to heading off to a conference like Affiliate Summit or PubCon. We'll do that right after the break.
More Affiliate Buzz coming up after we hear from our sponsors.
There are many things we would love to catch. Catching the final out of a baseball game.
And that's the ball game.
Reeling that big catch of the day. Or catching a ride home.
Taxi!
How about catching more attention like the biggest retail brands on earth? Introducing Catchy.com, where they sell short-branded attractive.com domain names. Use a short and catchy brand, just like Sony, Visa, and Nike for your next business venture. You can even rent to own for as low as $100 a month. Catch a big break for your business with Catchy.com.
Guys, are you suffering from FD, fulfillment dysfunction? Let MoldingBox.com's online portal system for inventory, tracking, and returns perform for you. We have the enormous tools you need for complete warehousing, shipping, and handling of all your packages, no matter the size or shape, directly to your customers. MoldingBox.com can also fulfill all your nourishing, nutraceutical, and smooth skincare product desires, including green coffee and Garcinia on demand. Plus, let our in-house printing and CD, DVD manufacturing help you enlarge and maximize your coaching and business opportunity potential. We do everything. Fulfillment, shipping, tracking, inside and out, and all in one place. Moldingbox.com. It's shipping made sexy.
Building better search engine rankings takes the right formula. Tracking those rankings is super simple. All you need is AuthorityLabs.com. Authority Labs uses automated daily rank tracking tools to monitor your site's performance, or leverage their API to build your own tools. No matter what animal-labeled algorithms affect your ranking, you should be using Authority Labs. Unlimited users for no additional cost and white labeling can help keep your clients updated and save countless hours of creating reports. Whether you're running sites with just a few or millions of keywords, what you need is AuthorityLabs.com.
Affiliate marketing is changing rapidly. The balance of power is shifting, and in some cases, affiliates are growing larger than the brands they represent. Stay ahead of this and other trends with the Affiliate Marketing Insider. On demand anytime inside the Affiliate Marketing channel, only on webmasterradio.fm. Time now to hear some more Affiliate Buzz on webmasterradio.fm. Here's James and Arlene.
I'm here with robert-kottke from Oregon Tax Services, and we're talking about how internet businesses can minimize their taxable income by maximizing their expenses. Robert, could you talk to that first before we dig into some of these questions?
About the deductions?
Yeah, what do you mean when we
okay.
say minimizing taxable income by maximizing expenses?
Okay, what you need to do, and back to my original statement, is the record keeping. And if you just stop and think, everything that you spend that you can connect with directly with your business becomes a deductible expense. If you think of like advertising, if you go ahead and you pay for pay-per-click on the internet, okay, that's a direct cost. You can see that. If you go ahead and pay for banner ads on different sites, that's not going to be a direct cost, but still it's a cost to your business because you have an anticipated income because you expect somebody to see that banner ad, click on it, and come to your site. But you don't, you're not paying for a click per se. So that's what you have to stop and narrow down is if it's associated with the business or can be associated with the business in any way, then it becomes a deductible expense. And this is where I work with clients and I tell them it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Okay? You were talking about going to Affiliate Summit. Okay? When I leave home to go to Affiliate Summit, I go up to the airport and I catch a plane. Of course, the plane is deductible. Yeah. The hotel down there is deductible. Everything from when I leave town to when I get back is a deductible expense associated with Affiliate Summit. An affiliate is associated with training. I've gone down there to make contacts, to learn things. This is where I originally met you, and I signed up for your boot camp. Okay, and that's where I got passionate, is listening to you in that first boot camp a couple of years ago. Yeah. That's where I've learned all my affiliate marketing, almost all of it anyway. And but I mean, that's what I said. From the time you leave to the time you get back, it's all deductible, and it's how you do it. And I was just going to say, if I could, let me ask you a question like this. Let's just pretend I lived in the U.S. We're in Canada, so I'm sure the rules are a little bit different. But let's just, for the sake of a scenario here, pretend I'm in the U.S. Mm-hmm. My son Justin, who I think you've heard about before, he's got a great job, makes fair income, and gets a good chunk of his check. Of course, every paycheck, there's a huge amount that goes off to income tax. Correct. Now with Justin, what if he could start a business online or anywhere for that matter? But let's, for the sake of what we do online. Could he start a business and then, as long as he was going off to a conference, let's say he wanted to go down to Affiliate Summit or Webmaster World PubCon or a conference where he can do exactly what you just said, build his knowledge, make contacts. It's a legitimate expense. If he's as long as he's set up a business on the side, could he write off some of that income or get some of that tax back that he's currently paying through his job? Yes, he can. I've got a method that I've been laying out, and I've showed people. I says, I can get you $200 a month in your cash in your pocket to start your business. I need to show you how to do that. Okay, and basically what it is to get some of that money that you're having withheld from your paycheck paid to you and put into your business for development. There are 10 specific things you must follow in order to qualify for this. And you've got to do them all ahead of time. And there's one more that IRS is now, it used to be 9, and now I say there's 10. The 10th one is a question IRS is going to ask you in an audit, and depending upon your answer, is going to run your audit chance of survival from 80% to 20% if you don't have the right answer. But yes, you can establish that business and be able to write off some of that that expense against your other income and take advantage of that tax withholding and get some of that back. Yeah, that's fabulous. Home-based business is the best way to go. It's the best thing, and it's set up. Congress set it up intentionally for people to start their own business and give and it's not the big guys that they're giving the write-offs to. It's the little guys. It's the little guys with the home office business, the internet marketing business, multi-level marketing, all that. Congress has set that up and has deductions setting there for you that most people aren't taking advantage of.
This, it absolutely just kills me to see Justin and Shelby, for that matter, all the money that they pour in, and they're not actually at this point doing anything to get some of that back and move themselves ahead. And there's a writer up here, David Chilton, who wrote a book, and one of the first on this exact subject. And one of the first things he said in the book was, and then he was talking to Canadians in this particular case, but by the sounds of it, it's the same in the U.S., that the first thing every single person should do is start a small business.
Correct. Doesn't matter where you are, whether you're in U.S. or Canada.
Because if you plan this out rightly, and we're not talking about playing any monkey business or games here, but if you plan this out rightly, and I know you've got all kinds of forms and checklists and things that you have on your site, but if you plan this correctly, all of that income tax that somebody's paying as an employee, they can get maybe all of that or a good chunk of that back and to build their business. Is that correct?
Right. Mm-hmm. Good chunk of that. Yeah. And IRS, everybody used to say, well, you got to make money, 3 out of 5 years or whatever, something like that, in order to prove you're a business. Well, we've got a good example now of a company that lost money for 15 years. Okay. And IRS let them get away with it. It's a company called Amazon.com. Maybe you heard of them. But they lost money for 15 years in a row. Then they lost millions. Okay? They're an established business. You've got to do the exact same thing as Amazon did. And it's not that difficult. Amazon did those 10 things. The dollar amount is irrelevant. Whether you're spending $100 or $100,000, the rules are still the same.
So let me ask you this then. And I'm sure there are many. But what is the business expense that internet businesses are most likely to fail to report?
Probably auto travel and auto expense. Most of them, if they're good enough or smart enough at it, will get their office and home expense down, and their internet costs and and their electronics. And all of that will get that. But a lot of people forget auto, travel, and entertainment and how to do it. So that's probably the biggest one that's missed, the biggest amount.
What would you recommend to somebody who is probably or possibly in that boat, would like to see maximum return for what they're legitimately owed back? How would you suggest they learn what they need to know to do that?
Find a good tax consultant that understands not only business but internet marketing. Internet marketing is such a new thing in the world. Computer, everybody that's doing it, that they don't understand. They might understand a business, but they don't see how you can sit at home and work on your computer and make money. Okay, so you have to find somebody that's into that. It's like you say, I understand the affiliate marketing because I are one. Okay. I had a great guy teach me how to be an affiliate marketer. But I've been a power seller on eBay, and a lot of people don't understand eBay. I've been a power seller on both dollar volume and numbers volume. So you need somebody who understands the business as far as that goes to get you started, and you need a guide, and you can't do it by yourself. They say, if you can imagine a standard-sized Bible, okay, the thickness of a Bible. How many people have read the Bible? Okay, not many. Okay, now
not
you
enough.
Stop and you stop and figure out the IRS code. If you take 11 of those Bibles and stack them up, that's the IRS code. How many people are going to read that?
Unbelievable.
Okay? I have a good hint, and it's always called "Do what you do best and outsource the rest."
Yes, that's true.
You heard that. And
touche.
What you need to do. So you need to find somebody who can advise you in that area. You don't want to learn taxes. I guarantee you don't want to learn taxes. You want to learn how to keep the records to give to your tax consultant to get your best advantage and your lowest fee from him. If it takes me 3 hours to straighten somebody's books out, I'm going to charge him for it. If it takes me a half an hour to look at his numbers, I'm not going to charge him as much. And I'll teach him how to do that. So that's the biggest thing, is get the help that can show you what to do. And there's so many misconceptions out there. I hit her at Affiliate Summit, and I sit there and bite my tongue and go, oh, God, my wife's sister heard from her neighbor over the fence that, that Johnny deducted this. Well, that's nice, but Johnny's being a crook. I'm sorry. You can't do that. So that's the key is get the help you need. Not necessarily to do the tax, but understand the where and the why, not necessarily the how.
Robert, very, very good advice, but I can see we are up against the break. We'll be right back.
More Affiliate Buzz coming up after we hear from our sponsors.
Building better search engine rankings takes the right formula. Tracking those rankings is super simple. All you need is authoritylabs.com. Authority Labs uses automated daily rank tracking tools to monitor your site's performance or leverage their API to build your own tools. No matter what animal-labeled algorithms affect your ranking, you should be using Authority Labs. Unlimited users for no additional cost and white labeling can help keep your clients updated and save countless hours of creating reports. Whether you're running sites with just a few or millions of keywords, what you need is authoritylabs.com.
Why do over 15,000 small businesses love working with Infusionsoft? Because we believe in people and their dreams. We empower entrepreneurs, and our groundbreaking tools help small businesses grow and thrive. We listen. We care. We serve our customers, and we do what we say we'll do. We're always trying to find new ways to innovate and to improve our all-in-one sales and marketing platform. Most of all, from email to e-commerce, we help small businesses like yours succeed. Go to Infusionsoft.com/radio to watch a free product demo. That's Infusionsoft.com/radio.
Looking for a white label SEO and social platform for your clients? Think
eBrands.
Free and unlimited SEO audit reports.
eBrands.
Premium Facebook apps and welcome page creators.
eBrands.
Twitter management app, analytics, and mobile site generators.
eBrands.
Let eBrands manage your search and social media campaigns and give you and your clients access to their white label dashboard, which have great reports that will wow your clients and deliver great ROI and results. Try eBrands for 30 days. Go to eBrandsWithAZ.com or call 1-866-625-5717. That's eBrands with a Z for
eBrands.
Welcome to the Cyber Law and Business Report, your home for the latest on internet law and policy, from Capitol Hill to the White House, the courthouse to the State House, the FTC to the State Attorney General. The Cyber Law and Business Report, on demand, anytime, inside the Culture and Business Channel, only on webmasterradio.fm.
Time now to hear some more Affiliate Buzz on webmasterradio.fm. Here's James and Arlene.
Arlene is away today, but I'm on the line with Robert Kottke from Oregon Tax Services, and we're talking about ways to minimize taxes. Here's a question for you, Robert. This is one I've actually had asked of me. Can I deduct my computer?
Yes. If you're using it for business. If you're using it for business. Okay. And, your computers I know you're using for business. There's a little special as far as computers go. It's called, certain kind of property. And if you're sitting there and it's in the room and your kid plays games on it and you use it for business and, that type of thing, and your wife uses it to email grandma and all that kind of stuff, then you should keep a log on what percentage is used of the computer for business. Mine are all written off because that's all you do with a computer. I don't, I may do a little, emailing or whatever, but most of mine is all written off. And so there's a few little rules as far as that goes. But yeah, generally it's going to be deductible. The computer, the internet, the printer, the supplies, the ink, the computer programs. Solitaire is not a business expense, but QuickBooks is. So it's that type of thing that you need to learn. But yeah, it is. It would be.
Now, of course, all affiliates, I shouldn't say all, but the vast majority of affiliates build their affiliate marketing business using a website. So you've got all the expenses of developing the site. I assume they can write that off?
Right. The HostGator, the WordPress, anything that they buy, any theme that they buy, any additions that they put onto that, if they do any outsourcing like elance to the writings, to the articles that are posted to that website. So everything going into that website, any costs associated with that, yes, are going to be a deductible business expense.
I do notice, we even have this here, when we get towards the end of the year, you have income that you know you're going to have to pay taxes on if you just leave it sitting there, or you can put that money back into the business and maybe upgrade your equipment or buy a website or do something directly business related, and instead of having that sit there and paying taxes on it, you can actually move things forward. Talk to that for a sec, if you would.
Okay. I've seen people do that, but there's no sense in running out and buying a new computer just to save money. Okay, I usually expense, if you take $100 in cash, put it in two piles. You put $28 in one pile and you put $72 in the other pile. Okay, so now you're going to run out and spend that $100 on a new equipment. The government's going to give you back $28 in savings in tax. So you take $28 and put it in your pocket. Okay, Now you take that same $100 that's sitting there and you think, well, I got a nice computer and it's Windows 7, but it works great. I might upgrade it to Windows 8. I don't know why in the world it would do that, but it's working good. So I don't need a new computer. I'll just go ahead and pay the $28 to the government, and I'll take the $72 and put that in my pocket. Okay. Now I always ask my client, which would you rather have in your pocket, the $28 or the $72? And so it's a little bit more than that. Yes, it's a good idea to go out and upgrade your equipment if that's going to make you money. If it's not going to make you money, why do it? And so, I look at that a little bit different than some accountants do. They say, well, go out and do that. Most everybody wants to pay less tax. That's great. Everybody wants to pay less tax. But I always ask, what do you want? You want more money in your pocket. More money in your pocket may not necessarily be paying less tax. You've got to analyze it more than that, and most people don't do that.
Well said. Well said. I can see we got a couple minutes left. I want to talk to you about your forms. I know you've got a lot of forms and stuff available for people, and IRS forms to report internet income and expenses and various things available on your site that I'm sure listeners would find most helpful. Would you mind talking to that for just give us a minute and a bit?
Okay, on OregonTaxServices.com, and I've kind of let it go for a little bit, but there's a lot of things on there, and they're worksheets, and I've taken the IRS regulations and put them on basically a worksheet of items that you can deduct that are aimed specifically at like affiliate marketers. There's a sheet there that's directed straight for affiliate marketers that would have expenses on there for affiliate marketers that maybe another industry wouldn't have, because there's a worksheet on there for plumbers. I'm sorry, affiliate marketers and plumbers have different expenses. And so I've taken the IRS guidelines and split them out to specific industries. And then I have a general business expense, one that all businesses are going to have, office supplies and telephone and all that other kind of stuff. And that's not on the specific industry. It's just a general business expense that everybody's going to have. And so that's what I've tried to do on my site as far as that goes. And anybody's welcome. They're all free. You can log on. They're all PDF and print them off and whatever you want.
And Robert, again, the website address?
Oregon Tax Services. Oregon, like the state. Tax, like income tax. Services, as in more than one.com.
OregonTaxServices.com. Robert, this has been great fun. I'd love to get you on again. You do bring a very nice, pleasant, fun demeanor to talk about something that some people don't find as enjoyable. But I always enjoy talking to you about it. It's something that we all are, of course, in the middle of. You got about 30 seconds. Any words of advice to those who are maybe just, this isn't quite their cup of tea, but they got to get it under control.
Number one, go out and buy a good day planner. It's deductible. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep notes in that day planner on everything. Okay. The key is record keeping. Okay, I can't say that enough. Record keeping and keeping track of all of that stuff. I don't mind somebody brings in a box of stuff as long as it's all in the box. When they come in with a box and they say it's not all in the box, I'm going too bad, but at least it's in the box. And that's the same thing with, that's the important part is the record keeping, both ins and outs. Don't think of income and expense. Think of money in and money out.
Okay.
And keep track of the inventory of your money, all the money that comes in and all the money that goes out. Then let somebody like me figure it out.
Robert, very well said, and I can see we are out of time. New episodes of the Affiliate Buzz can be heard every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific. You can access the archives for our previous shows on webmasterradio.fm, jamesmartell.com, and on iTunes. Robert from Oregon Tax Services, thanks so much. And to our listeners, thanks for listening to another edition of the Affiliate Buzz.
This has been a presentation of webmasterradio.fm, the world's largest business-to-business radio and podcast network. We welcome you to sample past episodes of this program, as well as our complete library of programs, on demand or on the air via our 24/7 live audio stream at www.webmasterradio.fm. The opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and hosts and do not necessarily reflect those of webmasterradio.fm's management or sponsors. Any rebroadcast or redistribution without authorized consent of webmasterradio.fm is prohibited.